99% of people don't have the education on their bodies that you have. So even somebody who might be in that 95% don't know that they're in 95%. They just know that it's a new pandemic out here. Niggas is dying. Niggas in New York is getting put in the trucks, 18-wheelers.
But that's why, like, okay, so if people don't have, somebody has that knowledge. The education.
You wasn't jumping out there and saying shit with this.
I'm trying to get a bag. I got a family to feed. I'm not willing to jeopardize my life. No, sir.
Doing what I feel with no regrets. Constantly forgiving, but I'm never gonna forget. Always keeping my composure. I won't let them see me sweat. The only thing that really matters is the power and respect in this world. I won't make the same mistakes from all the lessons I learned. Ain't no coping, no emotions for them bridges I burned. Must have been forced in my.
If you are at risk, older, whatever, then you do your thing. Wear a mask, social distance, do your thing. But shit, I'm good. You know what I'm saying? I'm good. Let me be out here in these streets.
Yeah.
This should have been that from jump. It should have been.
But that's the thing. It's not just old people. It's not. Got underlying conditions. You gonna tell them to stay inside too?
Absolutely. Instead of telling everybody to stay inside.
I mean, shit, niggas.
That's hard to regulate.
Because it's hard to regulate. Because niggas is not gonna stay inside whether you in shape or out of shape.
I know, but that's at that point it becomes personal responsibility. That's on them.
And also, so other niggas have to go outside for essential things as well. And so it's like, you can't just automatically assume that just because, hey, you got this and that going on, so you can't go outside. Well, I gotta go to the store and get this. I gotta go get gas. I gotta go do and there's other people who are out there that gotta do the same things that feel like you feel.
But there's things in place now where if you do have to go to the store, they got Instacart.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? You can stay in the house and still get the things.
I mean, that's a time thing. It had to graduate to that. It wasn't like that in the beginning.
And we humans, like,
so, like, you know, the way things work now, the mechanics and the way in which things are operating at this day and age wasn't like that before March 14th, 2020.
No,
so it's like, you feel what I'm saying?
No, we was picking up groceries in the parking lot of Kroger.
I'm saying not at that capacity.
You can't say every person is gonna follow these guidelines because they fall under the scope of having underlying conditions or they're old. They're gonna want to do what they've been doing for however long they've been living.
Okay, so in order for them to do what they do, in order for them to do what they want to do, you tell everybody in the world to fall back so that, okay, so imagine. Let's
tell everybody to get a mask and to get a vaccine.
All right, but like, let's say that, but if 95% of people are surviving COVID, and it was more than that, if 95% of people are surviving COVID, you're gonna tell those 95% of people to act different because these 5% people gotta live? Or would you say that, hey, 5% people, y'all got underlying conditions, y'all need to get healthy and chill?
5% is a big
thing, yeah,
number.
you gotta keep in mind, the thing was like, yeah, when you talk about 95%, 5%, that number seems very small, but then when you're talking about millions of people, that's a whole different ballgame. And then on top of that, you have to keep in mind, people didn't know what this disease was, this pandemic was at the time.
Yeah, we're looking at it in hindsight now.
We're looking at it in hindsight, but at the time, no one knew what the hell this was. So people have to operate on the best knowledge that they had at the time, and at that time, they're like, oh wait, hey, look.
But that's not true though, bro, because at the beginning of all of this, I was saying something completely different than everybody else.
Austin, you always say something completely different than everybody else.
But I didn't pull it out of my ass. That means the knowledge was out there.
It was out there. You made great points that we're now realizing, okay, he was onto something. But like you said, 95% is a good number to survive. Niggas is getting sick. Niggas is under ventilators and going to hospitals. They don't want to go through that.
People aren't doing the research that you're doing on this.
Like, oftentimes you can't, like, even time a majority looks like a majority, you can't just look at the majority and be like, okay, we got to use this as the rule, because sometimes those exceptions or those things that go against that rule are dire situations. 5% of people dying out here, regardless of what that is.
99% of people don't have the education on their bodies that you have. So even somebody who might be in that 95% don't know that they're in the 95%. They just know that it's a new pandemic out here. Niggas is dying. Niggas in New York is getting put in the trucks, 18-wheelers.
But that's why, like, okay, so if people don't have, somebody has that knowledge. The education.
You wasn't jumping out there and saying shit with this.
I'm trying to get a bag. I got a family to feed. I'm not willing to jeopardize my life. No, sir.
That's a fact.
Yeah. Man, but no, like, the information was out there, but the information that we received was, it just, you know what I'm saying? Like, stay home and wear a mask and get vaccinated. Now we know.
Let me ask you, I'm gonna put it like this. Think back to 2001. This might sound completely left field, but follow me here.
2001.
2002, World Trade Center, Twin Towers.
Fair enough.
Why did we go to war?
Why did we?
Why did we go to war?
At the time, what the answer was, or what do we know?
That right there is exactly what we're talking about.
But this is I'm glad you brought this
That's
up.
exactly
This is a
what we're
great
talking
example
about.
because there were people who knew at the time that there were no weapons of mass destruction and that it was all a false flag.
Facts.
But those voices were silenced. And now, fast forward to 2020, a similar situation where there are a group of people who know the answer. What happened to people like me who spoke out in public? What happened to them?
Got ostracized.
Ostracized.
Y'all got
Deplatformed, censored, and they turned out to be right.
Gotta play smart.
So,
that's exactly what I'm saying is if you look in history and what people react to certain things.
Look at Kyrie.
The first thing we said earlier was
Kyrie.
what? Like people are gonna have to do and operate behind where the money is going. Especially with America, we're a fucking corporate ass country anyway.
Yeah, it's all about
like
the money.
everything is about where the money is going.
But if we know that though, if we know that it's about the money, most of us know that. Where?
In what capacity?
I mean, okay, so maybe most of us don't know that, but intelligent people do. So if you follow the money, if you follow the people who are making bank off these vaccines, if you follow the stock prices in Moderna and Pfizer from 2020 to now, and if we know that going into it, how did so many of us get bamboozled?
Because on top of, if you want to call it bamboozle, because I don't want to say bamboozle because people,
Maybe not bamboozle.
People are out here really dying behind
How
this
did-
shit. So it's like, when
How
you
do
see
we get led
people-
astray?
And I don't even want to say it like that.
We were given an answer.
Like,
the only answer.
That's
Wasn't the right answer, but it was the only answer
Like
we
I
were
said-
given in a state of panic.
But that's for me, looking at from the outside looking in, why do we need someone to give us answers on how to respond to this situation instead of looking at the facts and coming up with our own answer?
Well, because people have expertise that, we don't have the expertise that people supposedly in the CDC have.
But there were
You know
people
what I'm saying?
who are doctors who had just as much expertise saying the complete opposite. There was a lot of discourse. It's just
Money,
that,
bro. Money.
I know it.
Pharmaceuticals.
I know what it was. I know what the answer is.
And
I'm
those
just
doctors
really
are
like,
under those companies that are in charge. They gotta follow the rules.
I
And
understand.
ultimately, you got to you have to, and it kind of sucks in certain things, especially when we make a lot of things big macro issues, especially when they are macro issues. Let's not make that twisted, but even within those macro issues, there's a lot of micro nuances that people have to operate within. You know what I'm
100%, I
saying?
agree.
So
You can't minimize the impact that, and I'm sure it's even less than 5%, but the 5%, because even for me,
It's
like,
less than 5.
I don't need, I didn't need the vaccine. I don't think I was good regardless, but that don't mean I'm not gonna come across somebody who's not. You know what I'm saying? And my biggest thing was not impacting somebody who might be jeopardized for me not wanting to wear a mask. If I knew if I caught COVID, I'm pretty sure I would have been straight, regardless of whether I got the vaccine or not. But there's people in my family I wasn't sure that was the case about. Parents that are north of 55. We don't know, what type of impact it would have on them. We would assume they'd be good. We don't know.
it's just no guarantee.
Other family that dealing with certain conditions that we know they have and us coming around them. It's just a lot of factors that go into some of the decisions that, the masses made. And it wasn't just for themselves specifically.
Right.
It was, for me personally, I
Taking
can say it
everybody
was
else people's
considering
mind.
everybody else. It wasn't even about me personally.
right.
So knowing what you know now, would you still get the vaccine?
No.
I think everything was just for control.
I wouldn't have got the booster either. Oh, I didn't get the booster, but
I mean, I think this is a great.
I can't readily answer that question, to be 100% honest with you, because there are still people, that are close to me that could have and still could be heavily affected by it because of conditions they have, and B, who are closer to me in one way or another that did die from this.
I mean, but you got the vaccine and you caught COVID.
And that's another thing. So it's like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
That's when I was like, man.
I think that the bottom line is what ended up happening was what ends up happening all throughout history is fear. Fear is one of the most powerful ways to manipulate a group of people. And in this situation, Drew said it himself. He didn't want to impact those around him because he just didn't know. So fear drove Drew to get the vaccine. Fear drove Drew.
I won't call it fear.
Or
For me, I say precaution.
Precaution.
Precaution number one, and then just I'm not saying I don't feel good about making the decision because I knew, like I said, either way, whether I got it or not, I'll be straight. So let me just err on the side of caution and knowing what I knew at that time.
Right.
It felt like the right decision to make. Like
Right.
I was the first one to get it out of everybody. You know what I'm saying? So it was just like, let me just get it. I done seen millions of people get it and they end up straight. So let me just go ahead and knock it out.
Even still, like even with, I got it, vaccine and COVID. Who's to say how me catching COVID at that time would have affected me had I not got it?
I mean, who knows?
You know what I'm saying?
It would have been straight, bro.
And I probably would have, but that's what I'm saying. Like when people are operating on things, you don't know.
But to me, like that's such a mind fuck because someone is saying like, I think Chris Rock or Chris Tucker, one of them, who ended up getting it and saying, man, I'm glad I got the vaccine because if I didn't have the vaccine, I would have died.
Stephen A. said that.
How do you?
But I said we don't. But in this thing,
because that's what the doctors is telling them.
But that's
Stephen A. was hospitalized.
That goes back to the fear.
That shit's crazy to me because if this shit is survivable by 97, and I really don't mean to downplay it because people did die and it's sad. It's just like what's going on in Ukraine. Like, is there more to the story? Absolutely. But people are still dying, so it's sad one way or the other.
Right.
But if this shit was survivable by 97%, the chances are.
Just to stop saying 97 because 3% is a whole lot of people.
Like we're talking about
it's probably
millions.
like 99 point.
I'm not saying
something like that.
I'm talking about millions of people.
I'm not talking about the number of people that die. I'm just saying, what are your personal chances of surviving?
Right.
And if your personal chances of surviving were 99%, how do you throw away that 99% and say that the vaccine is what saved you?
Because here's the thing: at that time, everything had just started. So like, you're creating this data, and in the time period that we have, this is the data set that we have. Cool, but at the end of the day, that time period, it's still relatively small compared to the history of diseases and history of pandemics and the history of everything else that has affected us as a population has been researched on. So when you only have, in this 1 year, we have this. So cool, I can't say that it's irresponsible to act on that data, but you can't sit here and just completely say that this is going to continue to hold for years and years and years to come. We just don't know.
I feel like there's so many categories and differences and just different shit in play. You can't just like look at the percentage and be like, look, you would have been good if it's a 97% success rate. Like the way this shit came on scene, like it was a panic. Nigga was panicking.
But it's not just how it came on scene. It's how it was given to you.
Presented.
Right, all that.
I think another thing, and not to say that you're doing it, but it's like it's people out there that's like who didn't get the vaccine and was throwing out like all the like anti-vaccine stuff. Like they really poking their chest out right now. Like they're like, yeah, I told y'all niggas got bamboozled. Like, bro, like,
it ain't about that. And the truth is, the vaccine has saved lives.
Yeah,
put that out there. That's a fact.
You know what I'm saying?
But there's, I think, man, in this country, we have gotten to a point where we've lost the ability to analyze nuance. You know what I'm saying? It's either vaccine or not,
but
red
it's not
or
even
blue.
That. It's not just lost the ability to analyze, but some of that power is taken away from yourself. Like people losing their jobs if they don't get the vaccine. You know what I'm saying? So it's like
that's true.
It's the job is taken out of their hands. Somebody like Andrew Wiggins in the NBA.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Like he's like either he gets the vaccine or half his check gone. Like Kyrie was just one of the ones who took the stand, but a lot of people were put in those situations where they have to decide, all right, I got to take care of my family. I got to feed my family. I can't afford to lose my job right now. So let me go ahead and get it. So
I would have got the vaccine.
I personally probably would have got the vaccine too.
Peer pressure. It's
not worth losing my livelihood over. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But at the same time, as a group of people, especially in this country, as a group of free human beings with free will, who are supposed to have the opportunity to make decisions on our own lives, that was kind of stripped from us subtly.
This is a form of control. Like even like we talking about Kyrie, a lot. Like it don't make no sense for none of these mandates to still be in effect based on what we know now. He is walking around the entire arena,
the whole
with no
arena
mask on,
on the court in the locker room and can't play. That don't make no fucking sense.
Like it's at this point it's just control.
And so the same way we see the hypocrisy now, the hypocrisy was visible back then. It just wasn't in everyone's face the way it is right now. Because I was going through the data just with the Georgia Department of Health. If you were a nerd and you want to go through it, you would have seen that 88% of the people that were most affected by this had 3 or more underlying conditions. The evidence was there from the jump. It's just that if you're not looking at that and you're looking at what's being told to you, the news, social media.
But most people aren't looking at that data. Most people they're looking at the news, and the news spread negativity, right? So they're going to focus on that 3% other than that 97%.
And there's a lot of people like me worrying about affecting that 3%.
Right.
It's not just, you know, me
I
worrying
was
about
concerned
myself, you
too.
know?
I stopped seeing mom and dad as much. Right. You know what I'm saying? I wore masks out for all right, a short period of time. But then you get studies out saying that masks are less effective at preventing the spread of COVID. Then at the beginning it was, oh well, if you get the vaccine, you won't get COVID. You remember Biden saying that?
Yep.
If you get the vaccine, you won't get COVID. Yeah. Now all of a sudden,
no one listens.
it changes to, oh, if you get the vaccine, your chances of dying are reduced.
He just wants to get in the door. He wants to get into the door.
I don't think anybody in their right mind believed when that nigga said, yeah, if you get this vaccine, you won't catch COVID. Like, come on, niggas get the flu vaccine and get the flu. Like, shut up.
We all knew that it wasn't we knew it wasn't 100% effective. We just looked at it like it was gonna reduce. Like if you did catch it, it was gonna minimize your symptoms and
here's my thing.
And it says you can't spread it if you get the vaccine. That was the storyline at the beginning too. I want to know why are they able to put out all that bullshit and not be held accountable for it?
That's my thing. It's so much propaganda out here.
Like crazy.
They push like these news networks. Like that's my thing. I'm a conspiracy theorist. So if I see something, I'm like, okay, what's really going on? For sure. Like, what?
I ain't never seen nobody like in public before. Like, yeah, I'm a conspiracy. Like, yeah,
I'm not holding up to it like that's all I do, but like I'm
you just don't
this shit.
You just don't trust
I'm not
niggas.
taking
all these conspiracy theorists ass niggas.
You don't take everything for face value.
Conspiracy theorists.
I feel the same way. I take nothing at face value, and that's why I was skeptical from the jump. But it's like, man, if you like just following the money, man, if you look at Israel, they had one vaccine. But then if you look at the United States, it was, oh, you need this, and then you need the booster. And I'm like, well, shit. They made all these vaccines. They're just trying to get this shit off. You know what I'm saying? Knowing that the vaccine efficacy waves over time.
It's money. It's different companies coming
But like
out
now that now that people have a higher level of conscience, what are niggas gonna do about it?
Nothing. They're gonna keep watching. They're gonna keep watching the news. They're gonna
get that
keep
third
following
booster.
these steps that they supposed to.
Or when are we gonna unplug from the Matrix? That junk is crazy.
I don't think people are gonna unplug from the Matrix. People don't think for themselves.
They think people don't know they're in a Matrix.
That's what I'm saying.
People don't know they're in a Matrix, right?
Like you talking about unplugging, like nigga, you in the Matrix too.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, but wait till I get this bag. I'm out. I need the money first. Yeah. But yeah, I mean everybody's plugged in to a certain extent. Right. But like, I don't know. Honestly, man, that's why I'll be up front. Like I'll go look at like stuff that Candace Owens be posting because I know she crazy. She say some wild shit, but she presents a different perspective. I feel like, especially as a black person, all our lives we've been told to vote blue, vote down party line, don't listen to this person, don't listen to that person. I've been robbing myself of the ability to put the pieces together on my own based on all the information that's out there. It's like I don't even know who's right anymore.
It's a fake democracy.
Ain't nobody. That's the thing. Ain't nobody right.
Nobody's 100% right.
Ain't nobody all the way right. And it's like you got to find what's right for you and what you stand for. You know, and unfortunately, at the time, we kind of grew up like that. Hey, we vote Democratic, and we grew up. Okay, well, they're the ones that relate, or they do, whatever their policies, whatever. They cater more to not even to just black people, but the ones that are more disenfranchised, the people who aren't up the top, 1, 2, 5, 10% or whatever. The rest of us. Like, okay, you cater to us, so that's what we grow up knowing. But then, as you get older and and I think now, and I credit a lot of shit to like this new social media age, for all the wrong shit that it does bring about, it really does give a lot of people, one, the power to express their own voice, which for one reason or another, I don't think everybody should. But for one reason or another, I think it gives people that voice. But then also at the same time, it does allow people to give their perspective on what's really happening out here. At first, we have to rely on the news. We have to rely on the newspapers and Channel 9 and Channel 4, whatever the hell, to tell us what's going on. When stuff is going on out there, people are actually pulling their phones out, recording it, posting on social media. We can see the shit now. So before they even get a chance to spin a narrative around it, we know what the truth is.
I don't think that harder ways to find the information that we have readily available to us now, like blog posts on the internet or going to the library and reading books. The information was still there. It's just people weren't gonna do the work to find this information.
Here's the thing about that. You talk about like reading books, for example. There's a quote that I learned. I want to say it was in 4th grade. Shout out to Mr. Heath. The history is always told from the perspective of the winner.
Fact.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you never really know, reading through the textbooks, what the perspective of the loser was, what really happened, what's going on. All we know is the perspective of the winner.
I didn't know
Columbus
was a fraud, so I got older.
You feel what, like, but that's not what we were
Good
taught.
point, good point.
So it's like, but now it's like we don't have to worry about being, force-fed information that we have to believe. No, there's so many other ways.
Christopher Columbus, for example, right? What happened? You said that? I ain't hear that.
Niggas
start whispering.
Everybody else heard me?
We got like a good 3 moments where everybody just got quiet and look at Lake.
He's gonna look to Austin, Christopher.
Everybody else did, nigga.
We got like a good 3 moments.
I bet you, hey, the funny thing about it,
I don't even remember what I was saying no more, dog.
Finish what you were saying, Lake.
I bet that shit gonna come out clear on the audio too.
I mean, Drew said the shit.
No,
go ahead.
I want you to elaborate though.
I don't know no more, nigga.
I think that overall, like everything y'all saying, like especially moving forward now, like if you look back in history, what we were taught about our plight as people in this country was told from one side. Christopher Columbus told from one side. The story of the Native Americans is told from one side. And now, but they're doing the same thing moving forward with media, with social media.
They always do it. It's just we have more access to know, okay, is what they're saying actually true? When prior, we almost had to just believe
take
shit.
it.
No, they passing laws, I think in Florida, where they talking about they can't teach critical race theory in school.
Right.
So they still doing
They're trying to silence. They're trying to silence niggas. It's really what it is.
I feel like they fabricating not only history, but like what we learned
And didn't they
in
say
today's lessons. No, you good. Go ahead, man.
Didn't they say they were taking slavery out of the history books in like Texas or something like that as well?
I've heard a lot of stuff. I heard like, people back in the day would go as far as like burning down libraries to keep, certain history from being
You know
told.
how much stuff about us we probably don't know because it was not recorded or it was erased.
If I'm just gonna keep it a buck, I don't even know what part of Africa we from.
I don't either.
Nigga.
And what's the easiest way to strip a group of people from their pride?
Take their history, nigga.
It's just take their
We
history.
don't know where we come from. Everybody else do. Everybody else know where they come from.
We can find
but us.
out though. I think that's a dope idea. We should all do like ancestry because
Yeah.
it come regardless of whether we came from both of them, we all had different results.
Right.
I heard, so I think that's a good idea for us to do.
I'm
But
down with
yeah,
that.
I mean that's stuff like that. Like
Even now though, like man, there are court documents that show Pfizer is trying to suppress some of the results of the vaccine for like 70 years, bro. They're trying, like, what you mean? You can't tell me now. They got the answer. They're trying to suppress it for 70 years. For what? That makes, honestly, to be
Because they
completely
can't
honest,
make money off it.
that makes me look at every vaccine like completely different. You know what I'm saying? Like look at something like HPV. That's mandated for every child. That is a sexually transmitted virus. Why the fuck am I putting an HPV vaccine in my child who, you know what I'm saying? Like if you like really look at this stuff, or if you think about like polio, you think about polio now, it's one of the deadliest diseases ever, right? Because people were paralyzed. Man, I looked that shit up, bro. It was like 2% of the people that got that were paralyzed. Most people recovered, but that's one of the main vaccines everyone should get because if you catch polio, you're gonna be paralyzed. It's like now COVID has set a new example for the modern age of shit not going right, but it trying to be covered up or pushed as if it did.
form of control. I mean, and even like it's pushed on us so heavy that when we're putting our kids in school and certain kids, like if you don't have this vaccine, you can't even come around these kids. I think the MMR shot was one of them.
Exactly.
Stuff like that. So I mean,
And
it's
it's
an
like-
agenda being pushed, and it's like the thing is that's why I say we're all still in the matrix because we can't navigate every little thing that they putting in place for us to do in order to make a living out here. You know what I'm saying?
If enough of us rise up, then we can.
But that's the thing, and that's another whole topic for a whole nother day. We don't stay on the same page about shit, bro.
Right, bro.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm not even talking about as a black people. I'm just saying
Yeah.
in general, like as people in general, like I mean, rubella was not. I mean, this is according to some questionable sources, so put that out there. But according to something that I saw that may not be 100% accurate, it's possible that rubella was not nearly as deadly. Like something like 500 people in the history of people died from rubella. Why is this a vaccine? And then you look at Moderna, Pfizer, and like Johnson & Johnson and all the money that they raked in. Why would they not want you to put this vaccine in your job?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Decision. Yeah.
It's just, now it's like,
we need
realize
to look up these companies, not these companies, these countries, these cities, these states, or whatever. See what they're doing outside of America, right? See what they're doing right, and then try to, you know.
And I'll say that's one thing. That's one thing a lot of these countries do have over us. The rest of the world is tapped into the rest of the world.
Right.
America is a bubble like a motherfucker.
I was just seeing something. Shout out Earn Your Leisure again. They was in UK, and they said they getting the Ubers everywhere they go. They're listening to world news. What we listening to in our cars?
Radio.
I'm saying they wasn't hearing one car of anybody listening to any type of music. They trying to figure out, they listening to what's going on. Not just where they are, but in the world. Here in the U.S., we really not worried about anything that's going on outside the U.S. unless we have to.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? And that's, I can't sit here and act like
And
I'm
like
not.
this, the world crazy. Like the shit that's happening in Ukraine, like it'll take a lot, but this shit can happen here too. You feel me?
I mean,
Like,
you got
it's
January
possible.
6th last year as an example. Uprising, people trying shit,
Damn
you know
insurgents.
But that's the thing though, even like stuff like Ukraine, I wonder, like, why are they pushing that shit so hard? Because you know how many people died in Yemen within the past 2 years? Nobody knows.
I don't. Yeah, I can't.
But that man, there are stuff that's happening in Ukraine right now has happened in several Middle Eastern and northeastern African countries.
Smaller country.
They hit that red button on top.
It's so like, and I ain't even gonna say who I heard it from, but they don't put nothing in the news that ain't of value to be in the news.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's the reason why everything that's in the news is in the news.
Right.
If they don't want you to know about it, they're not gonna put it in the news.
Exactly.
You know what I'm
And
saying?
that's
That's
why
the
it's
thing.
like-
Like I feel like they control the news. They feeding us what they want us to see. So like, what
It's
we
a
really
select few
reading,
people
what we
who
really
controls
watching.
History
Is that
is-
shit really true?
History is always told from the perspective of the winners.
And then you make decisions based on what you like.
So I'm second guessing everything, and that's why I said, you know, I would say I'm a conspiracy theorist, not because that's what everybody, you know, most conspiracy theorists talk about aliens or shit like that, but like I question everything.
Yeah.
Like nigga,
You can just leave it at that. I question everything. That don't mean you're a
I don't
conspiracy
trust
theorist. It just
niggas.
means that you need more information than what they telling you to believe it to be true. That don't make you a conspiracy theorist. That just make you a human for real.
but I take it a step further. What the fuck really going on? You feel
I mean,
me?
yeah,
If I start conspiring, what's really going? A conspiracy theorist. I'm trying to see what the fuck really going on. Because I'm not taking shit for face value.
Right.
Can't.
You can't. You know what I'm saying?
Everything got a narrative.
I think it falls
I don't
under.
think it's like of design for people to do that. It's just people got so much shit going on that they don't even like, all right, that's what they say. All right, I ain't even about to dive deep into that. I gotta worry about this right here. You know what I'm saying? Especially like people of like low economic status and things like that. Like
How
they
can
worried
they
about
about-
how they gonna get food on the table for their kids or
Yeah.
how they gonna, you know, keep them alive and stuff. What they look like worrying about
What's
whatever
going
that
on,
you may be
or the
conspiring.
whole other country that they never gonna visit and don't directly affect what they got going on in their household. That's just
Right.
what it boils down to.
And you know, you see a lot of that, like even on social media. It's like y'all over there worrying about what's going on in Ukraine and Flint still ain't got water. Fact, you know what I'm saying?
I think that's a problem too. How the hell did we
And
just
that's been
spend,
going
what
on-
was it, $13 billion?
2014.
That's some shit that we have to
They
pay
just
for.
sent all that money to Ukraine. Well, money, arms, whatever it was, they sent to Ukraine,
Both.
and they still ain't gave Flint no fresh water.
And so you got to ask yourself, like, why the fuck do we spend $13 billion on some foreign affairs when we got some fucked up shit here?
Who the fuck in charge?
It's a lot of
Like,
stuff
really?
that goes on that we don't know about, obviously politically and
Who's
all
making
that.
money
But
off
But then it's
whoever-
like,
that's not to
having
say
bad
why
water?
I don't understand the pecking order or what they prioritize over one thing, but when something has gone unattended to for the last 7 years, it don't make no sense.
No.
Obviously, like when I know it's like the domino effect, like, oh, if we just let Russia go into Ukraine and didn't do nothing about it, then the world looks at us as weak and then they're gonna come try to take us. And I get like it's a whole
There's a lot of
rabbit
stuff.
hole that goes into that too. But I feel like we got enough money. I mean, actually, I don't even fucking know. I'm not gonna lie and say I know how much money we got. But they should have took care of Flint.
Period. I mean, there's.
But that make you think what's really going on? Who
If-
is making money off of this?
Bro,
Like,
you
I
don't
feel
even
like
got-
they push out news stories just to cover
Flint-
up what the fuck
Here's the
really
thing:
going on.
you don't even have to think
what's
about
going on in Michigan for real?
look at us. Look at how we try to help out with foreign affairs. We don't have to go that
If
far.
Flint was Beverly Hills,
How many times have we seen these corporate businesses here receiving bailouts?
Right.
banks, airlines.
Like all this money that they're giving to for relief or whatever the case may be, like, and that money comes out of nowhere.
Yeah.
I just out of thin air. Like,
It
okay,
comes out of somewhere. It
yeah,
comes
we
out
can't-
of
like,
inflation.
That's
Because
crazy.
I'm saying we can't help out here. We can't help out with Flint. We can't help out with whatever people saying that we don't have access to. And like, but we got money for this. Or before this whole pandemic hit, we don't have the capacity for everybody to be working from home and blah blah blah. Guess what happens? Everybody working from home and everything working just fine. We don't have the capacity to do such and such. And then when we're forced to do it, guess what? God damn it, we actually can get the shit done.
But you
gonna
see,
fight
they're
it
trying
for
to
as
get
long
people to
as
go back in
possible.
offices now, right?
Oh yeah.
They trying to Biden pushing to get people to start going back in offices.
And why?
But it's
Because
going to be harder because now we have the knowledge that working from home is capable. But now you got all these bigwigs who owning these buildings that's not.
Yeah, and
getting
they paying
rented
rent
out.
up.
Why?
paying
Because
rent
they're not
and shit.
using as much gas to get to work. Niggas not buying as much gas.
niggas not out, so they're not able to feed into our economy. If we at home, like we don't gotta go again and get gas. Oh damn! Now that I'm out, I might as well go ahead and stop and grab me something to eat real quick. Let me go ahead and stop over here. Oh
Business
dang,
is
that
hurting.
billboard look cool. Let me go over and take all this business real quick and go. Like we're not doing that. We
It's the little
out.
small things that
It's-
add
yep.
up.
Biden telling us to do all that is him answering to people like, yo,
For sure.
yo, what's up, bro? We losing money. What's good, president?
And that's why you gotta look at all this stuff with a side eye, right? Even like the Ukraine stuff. Like I'm looking like, how the hell did Zelensky become the people's champion in less than a month, bro? Nothing but positive press. Nobody's perfect. Nothing but positive press. And then all of a sudden, there's a $13.8 billion aid package from the United States, and nobody questions it because everybody wants to help Ukraine. Right. Not that they don't need help, not that they don't need humanitarian assistance, but how the fuck did we all just get enamored with this guy to the point where we're willing to absorb a $13.8 billion bill that we all have to pay for? You know what I'm saying? How the fuck did that happen? What? We just got done with COVID. Niggas was talking about getting vaccinated and shit. Niggas went from get vaccinated and wear a mask, take this shit down. Hold on, now they got the blue, yellow, and white flag up, talking about sending $14 billion over. There's some funky shit going on,
This all
man.
steps to a bigger plan. Something
For
going
sure.
on. Something going to gas.
Something's always going
Something,
on.
what the fuck going on, cuz?
That's why you gotta, man, always gotta have like an open mind, keep that third eye, you know what I'm saying? Like, look at this shit, cause something funny going on, bro.
You don't
Just
even
like
need
the
your
fucking
third eye for
explosion
that. Just
going
open the
on.
two that you got.
Like just the fact that
Look.
like in today's society, like if you question something you looked at wrong or as an extremist or a conspiracy theorist, like the fact that conspiracy theorist has a bad connotation to it. It's like, yo, you niggas just like fucking walking the line like you told. You don't want to question shit.
They do.
And if you question it, you gonna be in
That
trouble.
Shit happens to
like,
niggas.
yo,
That goes
what
back
the
to the
fuck?
Kyrie situation.
People get in trouble for questioning that shit.
Exactly, and that's my thing.
that's the
Why am I
shame.
getting in trouble for this? What the fuck am I about to find out? Why, am I on the right track to something that y'all trying to hide?
And it's what's so crazy is
horror.
they don't even have to do shit to you no more because they've galvanized a group of people that do it for them. That nigga Kyrie is getting shamed to hell from like you get puppets like Stephen A. You know what I'm saying? Like they don't even have to do that no more because they brainwash enough people to where you got mob mentality. I can't go on Twitter and say anything that I just said on this podcast. And if y'all post any of this shit on Twitter, it's a wrap for me.
Again, that's ESPN trying to push a narrative.
I mean, I don't care no
on
more, bro.
Stephen A.
I don't care no
Stephen
more.
A. could. I mean, that's what niggas listen to Stephen A. Right? So if he on TV every day, this nigga dropped 50. This nigga Stephen A. sat there was like, I'm mad. He robbing us of this every day. Nigga, are you serious?
Get vaccinated.
Like nigga, for what?
Right.
Is he hurt? Did he kill anybody? Did he hurt anybody?
Fuck all that. He just had COVID a couple months ago.
Stephen A.
And he just had COVID a couple months ago. There are states out there that prove natural immunity is superior to immunity provided from the vaccine. Why the fuck are we still pressuring this man to get vaccinated?
Why? He's good. You know what I'm saying? He just had COVID. Why are you telling him to get vaccinated? What sense does that make? If the CDC published a study themselves saying that natural immunity is better than immunity from somebody who had COVID. And it's damn near the same as somebody who had the vaccine and COVID.
Right.
They're basically the lines are overlapping each other on the graph that I saw.
Right.
So that's proof that it's an agenda being pushed.
These niggas
Because-
is basically like, yo, we gonna do what the fuck we
This
want.
made me happy.
They don't want Kyrie to look away.
Y'all made me feel crazy the past 2 years. This is beautiful.
You be taking.
You were crazy.
Like, yeah, you crazy, nigga. Like,
No, he's not crazy. He's just on the right track. And we weren't there with him.
No,
It
that
sounded
nigga
really
crazy.
bad. Nah, niggas.
The only thing that we said about you was the fact that like our position was being considered of others. Not saying that you weren't, but you was like, I ain't doing none of this shit that y'all talking about. I'm just gonna go this route.
But because I didn't believe that masks, I didn't believe masks were effective. I didn't believe the vaccine was effective at the time. And it turns out, hey, guess what? There's studies that say both.
I mean, I still feel like, I got to do the research, but the mask brings me peace of mind.
I ain't gonna lie.
Still,
If I
you know
see
what
somebody if I hear somebody coughing at the gym, I'm walking the other way. Still.
You know what I'm saying?
I mean, I was doing that before COVID, though.
Right.
But you know what's and the kind of like that right there. How is that like literally like when you think about like just how that transforms like just everyone's way of living? Where it's like, how did we allow this for so long? Right. How did we allow for people to just be coming to work? Okay, yeah, you got the sniffles, you're coughing, you have a cold, which is contagious.
I work with clothes all the time.
Yeah, but
I used to.
You feel what I'm saying? And that's we were like, okay, man.
But like, forget
the reason
come make this money, come make me this money.
That is because they threaten you when you miss work. So like,
and it goes beyond that. Like, nigga, it's a part of life to get sick. Right. What we got an immune system for? You know what I'm saying?
It's just small shit like washing your hands after you use the bathroom.
I mean, sure.
Shit like spreading germs.
Have some natural hygiene.
I literally looked at people, men.
Because there wasn't niggas, it was white people.
Men. That would use.
I see that too.
I'm just saying, bro. I've seen a lot of white people walk out the bathroom not washing.
Don't wash their hair.
I be seeing men use the bathroom. You know what I'm saying? Tuck their shirt in and they just walk out. They'll look at themselves in the mirror, the sink right there, but they don't want to wash their hands.
Sure, they nasty.
And I'm like, yo. So I wipe the door and shit because
illnesses are and always have been a part of life. And that's been my take from the jump. It's like, if I'm gonna get COVID, cool. I got the flu before. I was just fine. Whatever other illnesses, I got my throat done been closed up. That's like being sick and recovering from it is a part of life. It's a part of building your immunity.
But there's a lot of factors that are a part of your well-being that aren't a part of others. For sure. So it's a lot of people who thought like you and died.
Fact.
You know what I'm saying?
Fact.
So that
they were misled by far right, speaking heads.
Right.
And not taking care of their health.
But they were acting just like you.
But the difference between me and them was
you have good genes.
And I understand what I need to do to take care of my body. So even while I'm out here without a mask, I'm dramatically reduce my sugar intake because I know that suppresses my immune system. I stay active. I'm drinking hella water. I'm taking my vitamins just in case I do come in contact with the illness.
About dairy.
Dairy? I don't know if that has an impact on viral load.
It does.
Oh. But either way, I don't drink. I drink almond milk. But either way, the knowledge is there for me to make those decisions because of the choices that I make. Now, if you out here and you know your health is not the way it's supposed to be, and you still eating like a jackass, and you're not wearing a mask and you're not vaccinated, then you're asking for trouble. But the information was out there for everybody to make a smart decision for themselves. And that's what I think the foundation of this country is, of being free, is everyone make the best decision for yourself.
Is that the foundation of this
That
country?
ain't never been a foundation.
Okay, so
that's a false narrative.
It's supposed to be.
Yeah.
What it comes down to is
they want you to think that
America is an obese country, and we're sensitive. So if you go on,
you gotta cut that sensitive shit out, though.
I agree. If you go on the internet, tell a whole bunch of fat people, look, y'all dying because y'all overweight.
It's a
Instead
fact.
of taking the vaccine, how you think they gonna respond to you?
I wouldn't say that. I would say that you're dying because you're overweight. Get the vaccine and then get healthy. I think that you should get the vaccine if you're not healthy, and then you should get healthy afterwards.
But that's the thing. People are telling them just get the vaccine, you good.
I know.
They're not telling them to exercise, to eat right.
Fact. And they're still not saying it. And because we've built this punk ass culture where you can't call a fact a fact.
It's crazy because niggas is catching COVID twice and 3 times and 4 times. Like, look, and y'all going back to get a second shot, a booster. Nigga, that's not the answer.
It's not the answer.
But y'all fucking stupid to the point where y'all just gonna follow whatever you see on CNN.
But that's why more people that's why we need to have more conversations like this. Right. I'm glad this is going out, but we gotta this needs to happen amongst multiple people because everybody is plugged in and they're waiting to be told what to do to survive.
They're scared of being ostracized at the same
Like,
time.
how do we get to the point where, as a human being, with all the autonomy that we have, the brilliance of our minds to assess situations and make decisions, how do we get to the point where we relinquish that for other people to do it for us?
Circumstance.
One, laziness, and two, like we said earlier, people are too much worried about other stuff they got going on to be worried. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, people can't be worried about everything.
It's a lot.
So
You know what I'm saying?
people pick and choose.
That's like if I pull up my GPS and it tells me that there was an accident on 75 on the way to the city, go another route. I'm not about to be, is there really an accident? I'm about to go the way they tell me to go. I ain't about to look at it. Like there have been times when I've gone the other route and the accident that I was trying to avoid cleared up.
Right.
But I mean, there's always an element of listening to what somebody tells you.
Absolutely.
So that's why.
But you
like
still,
there's more facts out there than just go a different way with the vaccine.
Right.
and that's the nuance that we all need. So in this situation, like, I'll be like, all right, how bad is the accident? Because I bet there's a lane that I can sneak by and I won't be impacted.
Yeah, but how many people are you behind that's not trying to do all that before you get to that lane that you're trying to sneak around?
And that's the thing.
That's
Sometimes I make a bad decision. But that comes with it. You know what I'm saying? That comes with making decisions. That comes with analyzing situation and making decisions. Is making the wrong one.
And I don't compare it to the information on the vaccines and stuff. I'm just saying, like, there's so much going on in people's worlds that you can't analyze everything that happens. Not to say that you shouldn't have a pecking order on what you do analyze and what you don't, but some things you're gonna have to defer. Even like that comes to business. You can't run every element of your business. It's not gonna work.
That's why you pay people.
You know what I'm saying? You pay people, and then they'll report on that, and they'll tell you, and you're not gonna be like, unless they do like some alarming shit, you'll audit whatever, but you're not even gonna audit yourself. You're probably gonna have somebody else audit it for you. Right. You're gonna be listening to what somebody tells you, regardless of that. So
in some aspect of your life,
and
for me, I mean, health and wellness is my shit. So of course, when someone tells me to put a vaccine in my body, I'm gonna be like,
Exactly.
But if for the average everyday person,
but what I will say, a lot of us, at first, me included,
you're skeptical.
I'm not getting the vaccine.
Man, I got a poll on my Instagram archive from right before, it was March 2020. And I said, how many of y'all are getting the vaccine? Nigga, 95% of people said no. Really? Over 100 people voted. 95% said no. And I wanted to repost it 2 years later. I just didn't want to ruffle any feathers. But like, that shit flip-flop.
Peer pressure. It's all peer pressure.
Do it.
And it's hard to think for yourself when you got so many voices and outlets giving you information and news. It's like, well, fuck, I can't hear myself think. I don't know what to think for myself.
I feel like I got peer pressure into taking the vaccine. Honestly, I sit here to this day and I think, like, why did I even get the vaccine? I don't feel like I needed it. I'm a healthy individual, but I got it because I'm hearing all this shit.
I don't regret getting it.
I do.
But
why do you regret it?
I just don't feel like I needed it. And I don't even know what got put into my body.
I don't think I needed it either, but I know I got an asthmatic daughter.
I think that
I'm not about to be
well,
out
you're
here.
in a different situation.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, you have to.
Yeah.
There's in every macro situation, there's going to be micro nuances that people kind of have to take into account.
Like,
But the fact that you
So it's like,
went through that mental process to make that decision, like, there's still kudos.
Yeah,
because you analyzed it.
Exactly.
You ain't just. I think he regrets it because.
I didn't analyze it like I should have.
I analyze it, so that's
And
why I
there
don't
should be no regret.
I don't regret it, but I would say if I had more information like I do now, but at the same time, I got the vaccine and I was in the streets for the summer, you know what I'm saying?
Like,
I was able to go out and be more comfortable in situations where I might have caught COVID if I didn't have it. You know
I think the
what I'm saying?
vaccine is safe for 98% of people who got it. There are some people who got blood clots and stuff, but the average person is just, if I had to get the vaccine, I know I would be completely fine. No regret. My only regret would be making the decision because someone else told me to, not because I want to do it on my own. Right. Y'all know we some stuff.
That's the thing with me. I didn't.
That was my
I didn't make it because somebody else told me.
And that's
why I'm good. I didn't do it because because honestly, if the culture on getting the vaccine is now what it was when I got it, I probably wouldn't have got it.
And that's the thing, man.
Like at the time that I got it, it was still more of a choice per se, where you can analyze. Okay, I'm researching what's this vaccine, what type of technology y'all using for it, how many people have gotten it, what's the stats. Like I was researching it like crazy, just like trying to figure it out. So I didn't just like blindly go into it. I was like, okay,
You made
this
an
is the
educated
date.
decision.
This is the date I have. I'm gonna go ahead and go with it. You know what I'm saying?
Right. I
But
feel like it was pushed on us, but it wasn't mandatory. And that alone, like, it was like, well, shit, nigga, if I don't gotta get it, why y'all forcing me?
It became popular to get it.
And that's the thing that's why I was like, wait, hold on.
Yeah.
Everybody else is getting this, and they don't know why.
You're right. And then they'll get it and they'll bash anybody who didn't get it.
Exactly.
You don't even know
And
I was
that
having a
made me think,
conversation
like,
with someone, I'm not gonna put nobody's name out, but you know, this person was like, you know, I look at anybody differently than how I used to look at them if they didn't get the vaccine. I'm like, why?
it's like-
they made their own decision.
You know why?
They
Because
think that they're irresponsible and they're not making the right choices. Like for me, a person that didn't get the vaccine, like I make sure if I'm around anybody, I'm gonna go get tested real quick. I know the latest I got tested before I like for instance, last week I had a few appointments. I had got tested a few days before that because I knew I was gonna see some people. Right. At the same time, like niggas aren't doing that, or niggas think people aren't doing that. So instantly they're like, "Oh, you ain't get the vaccine. You don't care about nobody.
Exactly.
You don't give a fuck." If you
I mean, but they
somebody's-
bred that us versus them mentality, bro. Right before Christmas, Joe Biden put out a public statement. It said it's going to be a winter of death and hospitalizations for those who are not vaccinated. What the fuck kind of statement is that coming from a president?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yo,
And
okay.
it wasn't even accurate.
Nope.
It wasn't even accurate.
And he
The
ain't bringing shit back
hospitalizations
up.
didn't go up. Deaths didn't spike the way he said they did. But
and I went crazy too.
And that comment just gets swept under the rug like it ain't never
like
happened.
it never happened.
That shit is the craziest thing.
That job.
I'd be like, it's real like fear mongering. For real, it's like death and despair on the way.
Yeah.
Like why? Like
America,
It was
narcissist.
telling people to get their second vaccine, the third booster. Like, I mean, at that point, it's like, all right, y'all just want our money now.
Crazy. Where's
Everything-
Fauci?
I ain't heard from that motherfucker.
Where's Fauci?
I ain't heard from him in a minute.
yeah, I heard
I think he started talking, instead of following the president, he started saying, okay, well, how about this and this?
That
So,
nigga Fauci himself rescinded what he.
yeah, he started
Yeah, he
rescinding
sure
what he was saying, and then
did.
everyone's like, okay, you go, hey, you come here, say the shit. Like that's just
Man,
He a puppet. They all puppets, bro.
the president's a puppet. All these motherfuckers is like,
all about money, man.
All about
That's
the
a-
Benjamin.
that's America for you.
As
And
long
it's
as
like-
you make the decisions, even man, I look at that voting, religion, everything. As long as you are making a
get to that.
conscious decision for yourself, then you are clear. You are good. But if you can't answer a question, like if you can't ask yourself, why am I doing this, and you don't have a clear answer, then you got some more soul searching to do.
And if you obviously don't have the facts, because you out here saying I can't fuck with you if you don't get the vaccine, like what you doing? You out here pushing an agenda, but you don't know the specifics behind it.
I mean, you gotta think about it. At the time, everybody was listening to, you know, their friends' aunties who worked for the government, who had all the information
Everybody
saying,
had
hey
Them niggas
man.
don't have the information.
Everybody had a cousin or auntie
They
that
work for
knew
the
the
puppets.
information. You're just like, oh shit. Okay, well, if you got somebody that's close to you, that shit, you know, it makes it feel like it's more believable than it may or may not actually be.
And everybody different though.
You got people
Everybody's
saying
different.
COVID was man-made.
I mean, you're hearing more about these labs in
Manufacturing.
Ukraine. It's you know, I don't know.
Population control.
I can understand if we was trying to hide some shit. I would spend $13 billion too.
Like,
I think-
all this shit been man-made.
I just think like another like a way it's rooted is like America just has a problem with like escaping the concept of like binary living. Like
Facts.
it's everything is either one thing or the other. They completely try to get rid of the fact that there is a gray area, a color spectrum. There are in betweens, and it's okay to weave in those in betweens to figure life out. But no, it's either got to be one or the other. It's either got to be male or female. It's either got to be black or white. It's either got to be, you know what I'm saying? Like it can't. It's not.
There's no nuance.
It ain't that. It ain't that. Life isn't that. So it's like, you know, people really have to, like I said, when it comes to like treat the macro like macro, but understand there's still micro, like I keep saying, I don't know why, but it's micro nuances within that macro that you have to pay attention to, because like those details matter. Like the details matter. The details the details make the picture. The picture gonna be there. But
That's
the
why they
details
tell
make the
every
picture.
artist, make sure you read your contracts. You know what I'm saying? Because they hide things in these little words. You know
That the average person
Exactly.
wouldn't
Are you
understand.
looking for the dollar sign in the number? Boom,
Exactly.
dollar sign in the number. Okay, sign here, sign there. But wait, you
Honestly,
missed the
bro,
words right
put
there.
that shit in like the terms and conditions of all this shit that we don't be feeling.
We don't read it. I know I don't read it. I scroll right past it. Hit agree.
Fact.
You know what I mean?
Straight up.
It's too many. I ain't reading that shit.
That's another thing where we'll just scroll through and just sign up. We not, you know, That's the same thing. We doing what the thing tells us to do. We don't even know what it's telling us.
And
'Cause we're
sometimes
not looking at it.
I'll look at it and be like, I know I need to read this, but I'm not.
That's what they straight. That shit don't gotta be that long. You know
Right.
it don't got and that small.
I mean, it's all legal.
It's like
jargon.
the end of a
It's all
commercial when they
jargon,
talk
bro.
fast and in a lower
Exactly.
tone, like they trying to get that shit.
But you see, that's the important part right there because they spent the whole commercial. You're gonna feel great. This and this. And at the end, you might die if you take this.
Saying real fast.
That's why I feel like the American dream, like niggas think like it's what they want, but it's called the American dream because what the fuck really going on? Are we in reality?
Just because we niggas is
Because
sleep.
it's a dream for real.
It's a dream for real, nigga. Y'all niggas
Sleep.
not
It's a simulation.
You feel me? So
Man,
that's
anything
how I
that's
see
got
it.
to be pushed on you and sold to you, there's something going on, man. They push too hard for that vaccine for me.
They
to
push the
not
American
question.
dream. Niggas come
Yup,
to
they sure
America
do.
from outside countries thinking that it's sweet.
I mean,
It
let's
is. It's an
From,
opportunity.
from where they're coming from.
let's keep it
where
a
they're
buck.
coming from.
Honestly, we have it great.
We do.
Keep it a buck. My patriotism has went from here to there, just this much over the past. I mean, I'm so grateful to be
I
in
ain't
this.
calling it patriotism because that it's not like I ain't finna go out here. I don't feel obligated to fight. It's not like I feel obligated to fight for the country.
Man,
or
I feel
like,
I feel obligated to secure a place that maintains the level of freedom that I have. I want my children to have that, and I'm willing to die for that. For my kids to have that,
that I'll die for.
I'm willing to die for that. So I'm grateful to live in this country. I do. I'm a proud American.
I don't have kids, so I'm grateful as well.
I'm a proud resident of America.
I'm glad I don't have to go through certain shit that third world countries got to go through. But at the same time,
We got shit to do.
The shit that be going on in different hoods in America, niggas getting killed, the funneling of drugs into our
We've got problems.
inner cities. We got issue, and it's hard for me to really say, God bless
Talk
America.
And not
Shit,
to say
Leon.
that, and not to say that we're not fortunate to be where we are. Like we can't control where we're born at, who we're born to, so on and so forth. But at the same time, the powers that be use that same mentality against us.
Exactly.
So we got to keep that in mind.
They're gonna
too.
give us a cookie here. There you go. But
Look,
behind
yeah,
closed doors,
we're in America. You ain't got to worry about drinking out of a well and so on and so forth. But meanwhile, nigga, you got to do this, that, and the third.
You got worried about.
You know what I'm
dying.
saying?
fact. That's
They
a fact.
use it against us.
Yeah.
So
That's a fact.
that's like my line. Like I almost like that's why like it's crazy how different the American flag waving in front of somebody's house looks to me now versus to how it looked
Right.
pre-Trump.
Right.
All that.
Right.
Pre-Bush.
Right,
Say,
yeah.
like, well, it looks way
tell you,
different to
bro.
me now. So
I don't know.
Like, I get it that we're fortunate to be here, but at the same time, I'm
ain't
still
about to
like,
pledge the flag.
I'm still like looking,
I mean, that city American flag is.
High school, I stopped pledging allegiance. to
I
the
haven't
flag.
pledged allegiance to the flag,
I
and
guess so.
I still wouldn't. But I do. I have a different respect for the flag now, only because I know what it means to so many like other people, and it can mean that for me too.
Right.
Because at the end of the day, like this is the soil that I live on. This our country is nothing but a collection of thoughts and direction of other citizens just like me. So in my mind, I have just as much of an outcome or just as much influence on the outcome of this country as anybody else. And if I, along with anybody else that looks like us, says fuck America and we ain't doing shit for this country, they're like, that don't do no good for nobody.
what do the people who say like they're proud? What type of things that they say?
So there's this one guy I follow named Andy Frisella. He's an entrepreneur, cool guy, but he owns a big gym and he has a big old American flag on the wall. And every other day he'll post a picture of the flag. He'll be like, "This is my country. This is your country. Is there shit I don't like about this country? Absolutely. Do I want to fix these things? Absolutely. But am I gonna say fuck this country? Absolutely not, because I live here and it's my responsibility to fix it." And I kind of feel the same way. It's like, fuck, if we're not gonna do it, who is?
That's mature and responsible.
Yeah, and I'll say one thing: I ain't leaving. It's like I heard LeBron say when he was trying to decide whether he was gonna go. We ain't said shit about these trash ass Lakers for a long ass time. But that's another topic for another day. I don't even talk about that shit.
We're not
But when LeBron was deciding to come to the Lakers, he was sitting with his team, and he was like, I could go to Philadelphia, but if I go to Philadelphia and shit don't work out, then I'll be like, damn, I should go to LA. So I could stay in Cleveland, but if I stay and shit don't work out, he'll think, damn, I should have went to LA. And he was like, but if I chose the Lakers, I think Rich Paul might actually said it. He's like, but if I chose the Lakers, shit ain't going right, you gonna think, damn, how I gotta fix this shit.
Exactly. Yeah, that's a great analogy. That's exactly how I feel right now.
Yeah.
I'm not going nowhere. So what the fuck can I do to
But
fix
how
it?
can we really fix the issue when we don't know what it is?
I mean, first of all,
We know some of the issues.
have conversations like this.
But there's issues we don't even fucking know about or out of our control completely
For sure.
within America.
I mean, but all we can do is control what we can control. Control the 10 feet in front of us. And if everybody did that, then we will be making progress as a people. But we all have to
I
just
think what
We gotta be in places of power as well, though. I feel like
I think some of the things
gotta
that
elect the right people.
if that's gonna work,
Because the people in office right now ain't it.
that's what I'm saying.
and they
It's
don't
like we
they don't
taking
they don't
3 steps
represent
forward.
us in
They
politics.
represent corporations.
like
Exactly.
like even like bro.
Our government broken right now.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's been broken since the bipartisan even came into existence.
We need to elect real citizens into office who care about the country. Honestly,
That's
the next
the
10
only,
years,
like-
it's gonna be some change.
You need people that go through the type of shit that we go through.
That shit only in
Like-
superhero movies.
That's the thing that was
Marvel,
dope
DC.
about Obama's presidency, because he came in, he was fresh. Most of the time, these presidents are these old politicians that's stuck in their ways and stuck with these same
Like Biden?
laws and all that. Yeah, like perfect example is because they paid their dues, so on and so forth. But it's like
You old.
we
nigga.
need if we're not gonna progress as a country if we
relate.
keep electing people who
We can't relate.
stick to the way the old thing was.
Right.
Like even Trump's whole presidential campaign was "Make America Great Again." He wanted to take things back to where they were before Obama came to bring some progression.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So
Like, bro, we still operate. Our country still operates on a document that was created
Before slavery.
400 years ago.
However many years ago.
Almost 500 years ago, and we're still operating off the same type of document. We might make a little amendment here and a little amendment there, but ultimately, and we sit and still have discourse and arguments over, okay, either certain shit should change or, things aren't, people talking about the right to bear arms. Niggas was walking around with muskets, nigga. Like, you over here
Muskets and cannonballs.
stuffing shit, it takes a whole minute to load. Like,
So
that's
they
different
got-
from now, and I'm not trying to make an argument for the Second Amendment right now. I'm just using it as an example, so please, yeah. But now, people out here walking around with, semi-automatic weapons, and it's easily available for any and everybody.
again?
So it's like, certain shit, and that's like the example, but certain shit has to change. Times change, people change, shit gotta change.
It's like marijuana law.
It's like-
come on, guys.
Another example.
Things need to change.
Come on,
yeah.
Another example.
But things can't change
We so
unless
locked up.
the people put enough pressure for things to change. Because you know what? These say what you want about LGBTQ community or whatever, they get shit done. They put the pressure on. They get their laws passed. If there's some shit that's going up to be voted on, they are outside. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like the Don't Say Gay in Florida right now. It's a Don't Say Gay law, not to teach this stuff in K through 3. But they are, you got Disney pulling money. You got, they make shit happen.
But
But
at the same time, they want to support that. Who? They want businesses, corporate America. That's the new thing in America, right? LGBTQ and not bashing. Y'all be
the
who
Jews
you
be
are.
on that too.
Y'all be who you are. The
Don't say
anti-Semitic
nothing.
shit,
It's
right?
certain groups of people that not to say nothing about.
exactly.
I mean,
Don't say that about no Jews. Don't say that about gay people.
Exactly.
And,
you
but
can
they
see
gotta
this-
be gotta be like some real extreme shit if they say something bad about us.
Facts.
You can just see
You
the
gotta
exact
say- you gotta
basic
say
support.
nigger.
It's like nigga calling 911. Hey, how you doing? I'm Brad. You gonna get a response ASAP, but hey, what's good? My name's Jamal. Somebody trying to kill me.
Talking about that.
Nigga.
I know you about. It was like, what did it say? Are you black? No.
Nah, I got another story. I was Shannon was training for work, and I went to go see her. I was parked in downtown Atlanta. Somebody broke in my shit in the parking lot.
Recently?
Nah, this was like 4-5 years ago, something like that.
I saw you pull in and leave.
Somebody broke in my shit. They didn't even take nothing. I had my Beats headphones in the car. All that. They didn't even take nothing. I think they was looking for a gun. I didn't have my gun in the car at the time. But yeah, they broke in my car. I called somebody. Nobody came. I called somebody probably 10 minutes later. Nobody came. Shannon called, pretended to be white on the phone. Being all hysterical.
Really?
That's crazy.
Straight up.
That's wild.
Man.
I mean, that's the country we live in. It's some shit that's gotta change, but man, it's our
White Voice.
responsibility.
What's that movie? With Lakeith Stanfield, where he was making all the cold calls.
I'm sorry to bother you.
Sorry to bother
I
you.
didn't see that.
There was a show a movie called Sorry to Bother You with Lakeith Stanfield, and he started a job at a cold call center, and this older dude, Donald Glover, was like, "Hey man, you ain't doing it right. You got to put on your white voice." And then he put the white voice on. He started making all these sales and whatnot.
Code switching.
Dang, man.
Exactly. And that's how I see like support for LGBTQ community and other people. Like they gonna get that type of support, but when it's like Black Lives Matter or it's people in the hood.
I mean, Black Lives Matter. I mean, if we keep it in the buck, 2020 was a good year for Black Lives Matter.
It was profitable.
It was. It was a lot of virtue signaling. It was a lot of
George
we care.
Floyd.
But niggas is still getting killed out here.
That's
Cops
because
are still killing us.
Niggas
So
starting to
really,
pay for
how
that
did we?
shit.
I mean, but how? Where? Who?
Did we have a good year financially?
Where black people is that?
I mean,
Just
keep in mind, just 'cause we ain't hear about it. but it
Just look
happened.
at the
For sure.
just look at the whole situation with Ryan Coogler that just happened.
You feel me?
But that was a black person and a black cop.
No, here's what I'm saying though.
Black teller and
Like,
black
okay,
cop.
first of all, 12 is 12, and we ain't gonna get into that situation.
I don't know.
But
Was
what
the person behind him?
the person was behind him was black. No, the person that was behind him that pulled the gun, he was black. But the thing is, like, regardless of because I'm not even talking about that individual, but I'm talking about the institution. And when you look at them as a whole and how they look at us as a whole, this dude going into the bank during the pandemic, wearing a mask, sunglasses, cool, whatever. He goes in there, writes a note where it says "Don't write," which is hilarious, by the way. But you go into a bank with your ID, with your debit card, you put your PIN card in the system or whatever, and granted, for whatever reason, you decide you feel like he's threatened or he's a threat to you or the business or whatever. So you call. On top of that, when the cops come in the bank, back is turned, no threat to nobody. The first thing you want to do is, hey, put your hands behind your back, and the first thing you do is pull your gun out. Are you fucking serious?
This is what I'll say, because I was a bank teller, and that bank teller still fucked up. You know what I'm saying? Like, but it don't matter. Like, you put your PIN in, you gave them your ID,
right?
You told them what you needed, like. That should be more than enough.
Right.
But a lot of bank robbers come into banks with notes that look like that. So she might have just immediately got triggered when she saw that note. But at the same time, if he put his PIN number, ain't no robber putting a PIN number and giving you their ID.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So
I think she messed up. She was scared, frightened, whatever the case is. What I want to be careful of is building a national narrative off of an isolated incident. One thing that struck me as interesting was this shit happened in February.
Yeah, it did.
Oh, really?
No, sorry.
It just came to light.
It happened in January.
Yeah, we're just not hearing about it.
So,
Really? Okay.
Kind of like how we just not hearing about Brittany Griner.
But I understand what you're saying, but I still feel like just us as a black community, we get the Band-Aid for a lot of issues, and other niggas is getting the cure.
I mean,
right? They actually solving their issues while we're getting a little bit of attention and you okay? And then later on, it's just the same shit.
Right. Yeah. I mean, I don't know. It's hard because I think it's easy to put ourselves in like the victim role because the truth is, in many situations we are. But then I think it's important to look on the flip side of that and to look at people who are doing what they can to help. You know what I'm saying? Because that's happening too. Like it's just like if you look at slavery as a whole, right? Were there not white people who served as abolitionists? What's the word I'm looking for? Is it abolitionists?
They're trying to get rid of slavery?
Yes.
Abolitionists.
Abolitionists. Basically, all I'm saying is this was an isolated incident with Ryan Coogler. Mm-hmm. How many black people are getting arrested at the bank for withdrawing money?
We don't know. Just because we don't hear about it, don't mean it don't happen.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Let me ask you a question.
But this is just like saying that, thank God I got the vaccine because if I didn't, I would have died.
But let me ask you a question. Let me get your honest answer. If that person was white,
no, it wouldn't have happened.
That wouldn't have happened?
I don't think so.
That's my point.
Right, so that I say yesterday, yeah. And that was a bar. I just want to acknowledge that, from everybody. The black community, or all these other communities is getting the cure, and we getting the Band-Aid. Yeah. You said it the reverse way, but I just want to acknowledge that was a bar.
Yeah, that's facts.
Jot that down for me, bro.
You got it on tape.
This shit documented.
For sure. But,
man, there's definitely some issues.
Yeah, there's some issues, and it's going to take more than, having a conversation about it, to do things about it, but it's the
It
good
starts.
step.
It starts with the conversation.
It
Well,
starts
it
with
starts
the
with,
conversation.
as Austin was saying earlier. It starts. First, it starts with
I just
people analyzing and seeking out information to have the conversation about, and being able to make a stance without being tainted by, you know, big corporations, media, whoever the case may be,
Media.
and making your own opinion to bring to the table, and because that's really what it is people. They shy away from what they truly feel and how they truly feel about a situation. Instead, they go off of what other people are
repeat
saying,
other talking
or
points.
like what you think is cool. So you say, okay, I want to be part of this group, so I'm gonna say what they're saying, so that I can be welcomed and considered this group. When really that may not even be how you feel for real, and we're not gonna get anywhere. The country's not gonna get anywhere. The world's not gonna get anywhere if people are too worried about trying to fit in whatever narrative
And go with the popular.
Yeah,
People
you
are
got
too
like-
scared of getting
Right.
canceled, man.
Like you
That's
got
what I'm saying. I hate that we
cancel,
can't even
bro.
have these conversations without thinking, "Oh, should we even post this shit?"
Man,
Right.
man,
We
man.
got to.
And I'm not saying that we not. I mean, I'm with it. It's just the fact that it even has to be a thought in our mind instead of being able to just have dialogue.
dialogue.
Because
And
people are
people's opinions to be taken at face value. Like this, this is our opinion. This is how we feel. If y'all feel one way about it, give us some information. You know what I'm saying? If it's information that is something that may be beneficial to the conversation, and we can look at the viewpoint a little differently, we welcome that. But to be like, oh, we're not doing this, we're not doing that, cancel them.
past that.
Like-
It's just, oh well, if you are doing this, you're stupid, you're dumb. I can't fuck with you. I'm gonna block
Man,
you.
I
I'm
have
gonna
seen
do
that.
this and that. I'm gonna post this so everybody else can point and laugh and make fun of you too. It's like, bro, like
I
what?
legit lost friends.
The only thing
Because
I'm
of
worried
COVID.
about, fuck, I don't care about none of that. I'll lose some friends. I don't want to lose money. That's my thing. I don't want to get canceled and all my endorsements or all my money stops coming in to
For
take care of
every
my family.
when you
That's why
stand
niggas
on,
be scared.
That's why
You know,
at some point you're still gonna want to stand on what you believe in.
And that's a fact.
Because that's
I'm
gonna
not-
be
that's a
worth
fact.
more than the money that you might lose
That's
out
a
on
fact.
on the
That's
front
what's
end.
funny
Because-
you saying that is exactly what they're banking on.
Fact.
Them saying that you don't want to lose money, so they can use that and say, well, you're gonna fall in line because of this right here.
Right,
And that's
but
exactly why.
I wasn't saying that to say that I would fall in line. I was saying that to say
Yeah.
that's how most people think.
Facts.
Yeah.
And that's it's hard not to fall in line when it's their livelihood that's in jeopardy.
I mean, we
that's
could go
where-
back to the Kyrie and Andrew Wiggins situation.
Facts, bro.
You know what I mean?
Because Andrew Wiggins folded like an omelet.
That nigga folded quick.
He said, shit, nigga, I need this 20.
Nah, I ain't taking that shit. You don't take this vaccine, you ain't get no money.
That nigga Wiggins said, I'm already getting this back, so I don't deserve this. So you gonna get this shot real quick.
Hey, but
man.
I'll just
'Cause I'm not getting another one of these.
They need to run. Matter of fact, Kyrie need reparations, bro. How much money did he lose?
At least
lot.
20,
He
bro.
lost a
They
lot.
they need to run him his money back, bro. Honestly, they need to run him his money because they were wrong. The science proved they were wrong.
Here's my thing. I mean, granted, yeah, you're wrong, but that's a hindsight 2020 thing. Now, what I will say is this, though. The very moment, like once New York got their new mayor and he decided, okay, we're about to start lifting some of these restrictions or whatever, from that particular moment on, I agree with you.
That's
Because
like
another
another
thing
getting
I'll
locked
say-
up for 5 years. They find out he not even really the one that did that killed the person or whatever.
Even better, it's
Let
like
that nigga
niggas
out right now. Don't
people
wait
still
2
being
more
locked
years.
up for selling weed when you got corporations out here making billions of dollars doing it.
It's money.
And what I
It's
think
all
ain't
money.
fair is, and obviously it's out of the NBA's control when it comes to this, but you got players in other cities in the same situation as Kyrie, but they can still play.
Exactly.
And they can come into the building that
And
Kyrie
play.
can't come
Yeah.
into play.
Makes no
and
sense,
play.
bro.
It's because
You know
of
what
who
I'm saying?
he is, bro. Like Uncle Tom,
Facts.
he
It ain't
ain't
'cause
gonna
of-
let none of us make money if we not on the same.
you're not in
track as-
line.
You feel me? So they gon'
That's why I rock
whoever's
with
in charge
Kyrie,
is
man.
petty as fuck, bro.
But when you make a stand on what you believe in, for every one person that tries to cancel you, there's another one that's gonna stand up and get behind you.
What I'll
Guaranteed.
say
Kyrie
about
got more
Kyrie is
fans.
Kyrie, he kind of
I've been a Kyrie
like
fan, like-
some of his reasoning behind like why it wasn't doing it didn't really it didn't resonate with me just because it just seemed like
But then he wasn't really giving it was the point. Like he was more so quiet about it, or he was like, okay, I'm not making a stance. I'm not saying whether people should get it or not, whatever the case may be, but respect my privacy type shit.
Yeah,
And
that's
it's
all
like,
that nigga need to say. What the fuck you gotta explain shit to y'all for? He said he don't want the vaccine.
And maybe he was still trying to do more research on what this vaccine
And-
really
and
was.
that's-
you
and
know
that was
what I mean?
fine,
And
but
doesn't
like
want
I
to
said,
speak out
That's
about
why
something he
I'm
doesn't
like,
know.
why they pushing this on him so hard? What's
Yeah, they gonna put the heebie-jeebies in his vaccine.
He's not getting it.
He definitely get that shit down.
You know what I'm saying?
Nah, man, they gotta run him his money. They needed to issue him a public apology.
Yeah, no, but that was, like I said, for me, at least at
That's
the time,
hindsight 2020.
because no, even that, like I said, for me, because at that
No,
time,
but if we don't acknowledge where we were wrong, how do we progress?
You still not getting the point, in my opinion, because at the time, especially in New York, the situation for COVID was way more serious than it was everywhere else in the country. So
But
they
that
put
don't
their stricter
excuse-
mandates on.
But if they got a
excuse you
study
to-
now, if they have a study now that says that natural immunity is better than vaccinated immunity.
He didn't catch COVID until
he came back.
he came back.
But who's to say he didn't already have antibodies? Who's to say he didn't already get tested? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, why do we not be thorough?
If he did that, then yeah, for sure he has a case.
Yeah.
But that's what we're
That's
saying.
not public
There was none. He didn't even make a public stance about whether he was or was not taking the vaccine at the time. All he said was respect my privacy.
Man,
so people were more so, I guess you want to call it outraged or mad at him. It was because we don't know what side of the fence you on. Like, you know, you have your homies where it's like, okay, if stuff go down, you don't know if you're gonna, you know, stay on this side of the fence or that side of the fence. Like, you don't want no, you know, people that's gonna straddle the fence sometimes.
No,
like,
but
you
like,
know,
why does
like at least
why does
I'm just that's just that's just the mindset is what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? It's like,
bro.
It's like you always gotta play a side, man. And I hate to bring this point up, but like, I mean, if we talk about like the Tory Lanez situation, I feel like people picked a side without having all the facts. You know what I'm saying? We don't have to talk about it.
No, fuck that shit, nigga.
I ain't talking about it.
No, man, y'all some hoes, man.
This shit gonna be called.
I'm just saying, nigga. You know what I'm saying?
That's a fact, though. If you want to talk about it,
Why you hate to bring that situation up?
I mean, if we talk about cancel culture, man, I ain't trying to get canceled either. I'm trying to start my rap career.
but nah, honestly, like,
You might need a bag of the
there should be no reason why you should get canceled for saying niggas should not make a decision without having all the facts.
Right. This is
especially
I'm
black
so glad
men
you
in
brought this up,
America.
bro.
I've been wanting to bring it up for a minute.
So glad you
but,
brought because that's the perfect parallel.
Right.
Because when that happened, it not only did no one have all the facts, but you felt emotionally compelled to take Meg Thee Stallion aside because of the protect black woman, and everyone hated Tory.
Right.
This nigga might not even be guilty.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
And we still want to protect black women. That's not a thing. But at the same time, we want to protect black
There's
men.
nuance.
We want to make sure we got all the pieces
facts.
to the puzzle.
Run my
we can
nigga
see the
his
full
money.
picture.
How much money did he miss out on because of this?
a lot of money, man.
But hold on now, we don't know if he's guilty. Right?
We don't know, man. Hey, but
We don't know yet.
We don't know.
We don't know.
But
based on the facts that
but the
we've
fact that
seen,
nobody wanted to look at his side of the story.
and that's my issue. Niggas was judging him before any fact, but like in the beginning, I'm like, guys,
Jump.
Like if it was me in the situation, I'll be pissed. Because nigga, y'all niggas ain't
People
even
talk about like the album he made. Oh, he shouldn't have done that. He should have made no album. If the nigga is not guilty, shit, I'm making an album too. I didn't do this. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm putting this shit on it. And he's an artist. That's how artists express themselves through their music. What's wrong with him coming out with an album, you know, expressing himself? You know what I'm saying? Trying to prove his innocence. I mean, he wasn't even proving his innocence. Like there was a lot.
But that's
of
the
things he couldn't
point,
say.
though. Like, why does
But-
that nigga have to be proven innocent in order for him to be redeemed?
Right.
He wasn't proven guilty. What happened to innocent until proven guilty?
That shit went out
That
the
shit
window.
That shit
That
dead.
ain't never been a thing.
Yes, it has.
Not in our community.
It had no, not for us. But shit, we did this to ourselves. Ain't no white people talking about Tory Lanez. It's us doing it to us. That shit crazy.
We looking
Shot her in
goofy
the
right
foot,
now.
and he
He
said
said
dance.
dance.
bitch."
He said
Man,
dance.
that was
If he did it,
Allegedly.
if he did it,
Allegedly.
if he actually did that shit,
Throw the book at him.
He a bitch.
For sure.
If he did
Bitch-ass
that,
nigga.
exactly. If he did it, like, man, fuck that nigga.
but until then, I'm gonna listen to that nigga music.
That album you guys refuse, not y'all, but that album that people refuse to listen to, Daystar.
Best
That album, it's his best album. It's his best piece of work.
Hands
And
down.
he's putting all of his emotion on that album, and he's talking about the situation that people fail to look at.
They
You know
only
what
look
I'm
at it
saying?
from her side.
They
But
only
that's
want
the
to see
thing.
her
I
side.
don't even think he talked about the exact
see it from her side.
situation.
He did. Just in a vague way.
No,
It was
he
vague.
talked about a lot of things on the album.
You
know
can
what I
put
mean?
the pieces together for his side of the story. You can listen to that album and put all the pieces together.
Like I was a person who was like, okay, damn, he fucked up. He shot her. And then I listened to the album. I'm like, wait a minute. Like one, this man is talking about like God using me as a vessel. Like You gotta be crazy. Like, talking about guys using me as a vessel and you really shot somebody? Like, come on, you crazy. But he's really like speaking facts in that album that people just do not see because it's like, oh, I'm gonna cancel this nigga because Meg is right.
Facts to who?
What's your
Speaking facts to who?
He's speaking his own
His facts.
His truth. But if you're saying that, you're sitting here saying that he's speaking facts, how do you know that? He might be speaking his truth. How do you know that's the truth?
Right. I don't.
That's all.
But I'm listening to both sides of the story.
But that's why we wasn't on the
his side to the music, nigga.
I am. That's how he's
like
that's
me
how he's
being a conspiracy theorist. Everybody like going on Meg's side, and then Tory not like saying my bad, I'm sorry, I definitely
Meg
shot
with
you.
Rock Nation too.
It's like, hold on, what the fuck do we not know?
What
Until
don't we
this
know?
day, it's still pieces of the puzzle that's missing. So I'm
Man.
just like, wait, niggas.
They
y'all
said
niggas
they
gonna
didn't
go
find
in on this nigga.
no
Y'all threatening
residue.
to kill him based off shit that y'all don't even know about.
It's
And
crazy.
That's
it's
shit.
mob mentality.
Mob
It's the same
mentality,
reason
bro.
why everybody was rushing to get the vaccine. Not you included, because y'all did research. It's why people rush to get the vaccine without doing research. It's the same reason why people rush to the polls and voted for Joe Biden. It's the same. It's mob mentality. And we got to kill that shit. It's just as toxic as cancel culture.
I will admit, like, it was against Trump, now for Biden.
But that shit was a play against you too.
It was. We all chose a side. If you think
nigga,
about
like,
it, fuck
We
Trump.
ain't no
I mean, I was gonna choose.
Trump chose that side for me. I already knew I would. Like, Trump chose that for me.
But it's like it just goes back to that point that we always choose a side. Like what's wrong with straddling the fence if you don't have all the answers?
I mean, in the presidential election, there ain't no fence.
This
That
nigga
was
Trump would have
yeah,
invaded
that was
Canada.
There ain't no
for
fence.
something.
You know what I'm saying? It's
The
gonna be
first
one of these two.
The first four
But
years,
it should be like because it's not just Democrat and Republican.
That brings up Lake's point. He said this country been fucked up since we brought the bipartisan situation.
Right.
So that's where that's the situation.
And the only reason why I even brought up the allegorical fence in the first place was just to say, as far as other people, when it comes to figuring out like who to trust or what to trust, you're not gonna trust somebody that's on the fence. Like, like even if you're sitting here explaining, hey, look, I don't have an answer, but this is research I've done, like saying something, okay, cool. But when you're just completely in the dark, you don't know what the fuck going on. That's when it's like, okay, I can trust an op to be an op. I can trust, a friend to be a friend. But if I don't know where you stand, it's like there's
You lukewarm, nigga.
That's
lukewarm
all I'm
ass
saying.
nigga.
Man,
you hot or cold?
I stay hot, man. Hey,
hot?
I'm lukewarm as hell.
You lukewarm?
On everything, bro.
Damn.
Absolutely.
You can't be a lukewarm believer.
I'm lukewarm, bro. Yeah, that too. I'm lukewarm because at this point in my journey, in many things, I don't have the answers. And I don't feel no pressure to have the answers no more, man. I feel like most niggas feel like you have to choose a side, and that is false. That's false. You don't have to, bro. You are in your journey. You can be where you are and stand on that shit, whether you have the answers or not. You don't have to have the solution. You don't have to be the all-knowing Christian. You don't have to say, I choose this because this, like, bro, how old are you? You in your 20s, nigga, you ain't live life. Give yourself time to figure stuff out. Don't rush to conclusions. Don't rush to conclusions on your faith. Don't rush to conclusions on your politics. Don't rush to conclusions on Tory Lanez. You know what I'm saying? For real,
I feel you on everything but the rush. Religion, yeah. Faith, no.
Man, don't rush
two
on
are
that.
different.
Because how can you rush a decision on faith when faith is accumulation of your experience as a human?
And that's the thing, like, nothing's rushed. How do you rush faith?
That's the point. That's all I'm saying. You can't rush it. You can't
Exactly.
rush to a conclusion and definitively say these are going to be my beliefs for the rest of my life. Shit gonna change what you believe.
I
Bro.
don't think nobody's saying that.
I think everybody- I think
nobody
every-
says for the rest of my life, this is what I'm gonna do.
I think everybody is saying that. I think we've been conditioned to say that too. Am I wrong?
But in a way,
It's
I
a
mean,
relation-
still like
it's a
faith ain't really. You can't operate based on what you. I know we talked in depth about it in one of our lost episodes. Right. But like faith ain't based on what you see.
Faith ain't
You
based
know what
on
I'm saying?
religion either.
So it's not based on what you see. So you can't be like, oh, I see this, so I'm gonna believe in this now. Faith is what you believe, regardless of what you see.
But I feel like sometimes people might suppress what they actually believe because of what they were taught as a kid. Like, for example, Christianity, right? I feel like there's a bunch of Christians that don't even know why they're Christians.
That's a fact.
That's a fact.
That's what I'm talking about.
But for people like me, who's done my research, who's read the Bible, who's had a relationship with God, who's built that faith up.
Right.
Like I feel like maybe you weren't trying to say rush your faith.
What,
maybe like
honestly,
rush a decision.
Even to you, in my opinion, you're 26. I feel like your perspective is going to change before you die. You may not think that might not because you have a limited experience with God, but you're 20, bro, you got 26 more years after that and another 26 on top of that.
You're right.
To experience life. What I'm saying is don't put yourself, your faith,
Like,
your beliefs.
Don't stagnate your growth.
Because you're trying to pin yourself in and say, you're trying to stick yourself in the mud.
We just having different definitions. 'Cause to me, faith is a constant growing within your relationship with Jesus,
Yeah.
with God.
Okay.
Whoever you believe in, but that's the definition of faith.
That's all it
growing
is.
with
A constant
somebody.
growth.
It's a constant relationship, right?
I'm
It's
I'm
faith.
speaking more so to the person who says, I'm a Christian and this is what I believe. I'm going to be evangelizing until I die. If you don't believe what I believe, then you're wrong.
I don't agree with
Like
that.
you're trying to what he's basically saying is like, you have people who have the mindset that they're gonna stick their feet in the sand and be like, look, this is where I'm gonna stand, not understanding that when the tides come, the shit ain't gonna sit. The shit,
Right.
where are you gonna go when it happens?
And that's all I'm saying.
That's all he's really trying to.
I
to
agree
point to.
with you.
Yeah.
Like I research Hinduism, Buddhism, all that. Like I don't try to cut that out because it may be like a pagan religion.
And then it's also say that I don't think he's trying to say that you're gonna if you're standing in faith in Christianity now, that tomorrow you're gonna be or something's gonna happen, you're gonna switch to Hinduism or you're gonna switch and you're gonna go like you may
No,
just.
I know he's saying just like with the vaccine, you just have a educated or
My
do your
thing
research
is,
so you can have
when it comes to faith, my thing more so is I think that instead of being a plank in the sand, we should be like a buoy. You know what I'm saying? Like the waves is gonna come, and that's like I believe God sends the waves, and that's the direction you're supposed to go.
Right.
But when you're too stubborn and stuck, then the waves just gonna crash up against you. You know what I'm saying?
I saw Lauren London, not necessarily based on that, but say something similar. I'll tap you up. But Lauren London was basically saying that about life in general. How you gotta, if you're on the boat, you gotta flow with the direction that the waves are going, because you're gonna spend your life going against the waves, fighting against the waves. And
That's
shit ain't
exactly
gonna
what
get
I'm
you
saying. That's exactly what I'm saying. Like,
I hear you.
let the current take you where it's supposed to take you. And when you take that
And have
to
faith
politics,
is gonna take you where it's supposed to take you.
Because
Faith is
as
gonna
much
take you where
control
it's supposed to.
as you think you have, you have no control. As much control as you think you have no control.
Right. I think as a family,
Period.
like we never had an issue with that. Even mom and dad, like they've never been staples in a church, or something. And that, not to say if you do that, that's wrong, but just like they've always just gone with the flow,
right?
And with everything, that's how we are, and I think that's how we do with faith too. So
Yeah.
like how can you have faith when you don't? I guess when you don't go with the flow.
Man,
To a
stay on
certain
the
extent.
fence. Stay on the fence. I mean, not on the fence with your faith, but with most things in life, you stay on the fence until you have enough, until you feel good enough about putting your feet in the sand. When, just like with Tory Lanez, don't know. I'm gonna stay on the fence. His music is on the fence, so that's where I am. Stay on the Stay on the fence. Now, R. Kelly, I can't listen to R. Kelly.
Not at all.
I can't.
Because his music sounds different.
It's different. It's different,
Okay,
bro.
listen, man, he got some gospel songs out there.
Don't care,
Yeah,
bro.
those sound
I
different.
definitely can't listen to gospel.
God?
I can't, bro. I can't listen
listen
to R.
to
Kelly
him,
because it's proven that, bro, like you're, you know what I'm saying, you're a foul human being. Oh, the battery died. It's all good. You're a foul human being. But Tory, I just don't know. But until I have enough facts to put my feet in the sand, I'm not gonna rush with the mob. You know what I'm saying? That's how Mufasa got killed. All them wildebeests was goddamn going together. If one of them just stopped and was like, why are we running? Mufasa still be alive.
And we ended that shit on that note.
Hey, man, camera not even on for that shit, bro.
Nigga talking about wildebeest speaking this shit was good. This nigga tired.
Hey, that's a fact.